So this is just a video about the intersection of ducting and pipework again, but this is a more complex question. So this involves a rotated square hollow section and it being intersected by a rectangular hollow section. So the pupils were presented with this question here, and they'd be asked to find these certain points in plan, or sorry, to find the developments of, say, this square section with the intersection piece cut out, and also pupils will be asked to find this development of this surface as well. So if we begin by turning on our construction layers, so then this sorry, one second, yeah, and then our type A lines. Okay, so what we're essentially doing here is we're bringing across our construction lines, and this is, say, the overall length of 4 divisions. So if we install our bend lines here, so this is essentially giving us our development of the part and plan. So, or sorry, the development of this square base box section. So what we're asked to find here is also this point X here corresponds with this point X here, which is the distance from point 2 to the edge of the intersection. So on another normal intersection, these may lay in between the bend lines, but because this is twisted in plan here, this distance X needs to be found. So if we then turn on our type A3, so this is corresponding with these construction lines that we're bringing across. So by using the different colour construction lines, we can distinguish between the different points, which allow us to which allow the pupils. So we can say that the greens are giving us our bend lines, and the pink are allowing us to find the square or the shape of the opening in the development. This also allows us to, by using these different layers. So we have a lot of layers created here. Allows me, say, to turn back off these layers then, which means that I can reduce the complexity, of the question. So if I turn off these layers now, so we can leave these layers off, which allow us to create the development of this surface. So if I was creating this question on a visualizer, I would not be allowed to, or wouldn't be able to go back and show points again. So then we can move on from this development that we had here and create our development of this intersection piece here. So then if I turn on our new construction lines, so these are green ones, green construction lines. So what this is giving us is two edge points, so which would be equivalent to points over here, and a lot of giving us this distance y. So similar to the x that we seen a minute ago, this distance y here is so from 1 to 2. So we need to step off this twice, because the top of this surface will be at this angle, and also the bottom. So what we do next then is we bring in our new construction lines, so then we can distinguish between different points again using the different colour construction lines. This will allow us to easily distinguish between different parts, so which aid the pupil's comprehension of the topic, or sorry, of the principles. And then if we turn on our text layer then, so this is equivalent to A and B, and we turn on our bend lines. On the bend lines. So then we can show that these are the intersection points with these points coming from plan, and this is where the heights have stepped off. So then if we then finally turn on our type 4 lines, we can see that these are where, using these construction lines plan, we can show the pupils where these principles are coming from, and where these heights are stepped off, and where to join back to. But then, so that means we can show that these principles, without complicating drawing, by the horizontal lines coming from elevation over to our development of the square base section. But then, when we have both parts of the development gone through, we can turn back on our lines, our layers, sorry. One second, just finish off turning on the layers. And then we can show that both principles are being explained here without overcomplicating them, and then we can show the solution to the question. So this would allow the pupils to, by giving the file to these pupils, would allow the pupils to go through each of these developments individually, showing key principles without overcomplicating the drawing by looking for where the points come from.